This podcast is brought to you by the Texas Hill Country River region in Uvalde County. What's super unique about this area is that the Frio, Nueces, and Sabinal rivers are all located in the same county. It's like the hill country that you know and love, just more rural, so you're surrounded with wildlife, and life just kind of slows down out here, so you can really enjoy the simple pleasures like camping, fishing, and just enjoying the company of the people that you love.
For more information, go to visituvaldecounty.com. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the In Between podcast. It's been a while since we've recorded one, and today we have Erica Sagebiel.
Sagebiel. Yes.
Sorry.
No,
but it's good. Spelled Sagebiel.
Yes. Very confusing.
So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How's everything going?
Going great, especially that we're getting rain today.
Oh my gosh, I know. We woke up in the middle of, was it probably like midnight? And it was a crazy lightning storm out here.
Yeah, like it was beautiful.
Millions of lightning strikes.
So let's jump into who Erica is and how she got here.
We got excited.
Yeah.
We got excited
you
about
bring
that.
up rain and you get excited.
There is an organization here called the Texas Hill Country River Region. You are now the executive director of that organization.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the organization is, what they do, what you do?
Yeah, sure. So we are a taxpayer-funded organization from all the lodging partners and stuff in Uvalde County. Specifically, well, I guess I shouldn't say specifically, mostly in Concan. And our main goal is to promote year-round tourism and to help lodging partners and business owners promote the area, bring people in. Another big part of what we do is river cleanup. So really focusing on keeping our rivers clean, which makes people want to come back, time after time again. Nobody wants to swim in a yucky river. So that's a big portion of what we do, in addition to the marketing and the helping with, off-season events and during season events and things like that. So yeah. And my role as a director is to kind of head up all of that stuff, work with the local businesses and stuff on any kind of events or, marketing aspects that they would like. We have quite a few resources that the companies in the area can use that are provided through the Texas Hill Country River region, and just kind of being there as a support system for the lodging partners and business owners in the area.
One of the things that y'all offer, which I think is a great idea, is the marketing grant, sponsorship grant, and the beautification grant. Can you maybe talk a little bit more about that?
The marketing grant is just so we can help sponsor different businesses in the county, make their events great and bring people to our area, help them reach those extra people outside of our, community. And we do things as far as posting, making flyers, or, having our logo out there, sharing, sending out emails and stuff to visitors and things like that. And it's really great. We've helped a lot of events. Even just in my short time that I've been here, we've already helped about 4 or 5 events. So it's really awesome to see. And then the event people are always so kind to let us be a part of those and come and experience them too. So that's always fun. And then our beautification grant is, simply how it sounds. It's to beautify our area, make people want to come and see the natural beauty that Concan and Uvalde County has to offer. And we just kind of help spruce it up a little bit. Like with the wildflower seed grant that we did with y'all, Tessa and Leah, we just driving up and down the streets and seeing all the flowers and stuff, it just makes you happy. So we really love that.
So if we were wanting to do, I'll just use us as an example because we're here. If we were wanting to have an event here at the in-between, let's say, I don't know, painting workshop weekend, with the marketing grant, what exactly could we apply for?
So we have a form on our website, visit uvaldecounty.com, that will take you directly to the event marketing grant form. And it would just fill that out. And our main goal is to bring people to the area from out of town. And you can put in however much money you're requesting. And then, of course, we would get board approval because we are, kind of ran by a board. And then there's us in the office. So we would have to get board approval on that. And basically, when they're doing that, they're looking at, is it going to bring people to our area for an overnight stay? Is it also going to include locals, and like what kind of benefits our area would see from it? And we really love those events that start out and then turn into annual events. So those are the main goals for that.
Awesome. And let's say we applied for $5,000 and y'all were like, well, we can't exactly do that, but we can give you 100 or 500. Do y'all do that sometimes? So if somebody has a huge number and they don't feel comfortable applying, they could still apply and you could give them a little bit less.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can always, negotiate because, we'd love to help everybody, but we can't always benefit or, do the full amount and stuff like that. So we're definitely willing to discuss that with the people who are applying and things. We certainly don't want to just say no if the full amount's not in our budget, but, we'd love to help in any kind of way.
I do, on that note, I also want to point out that if you've seen some of our episodes before, you will notice a sponsorship message in the beginning of each episode from visit uvaldecounty.com, which is also the same thing as Texas Hill Country River Region that you're the executive director of. It's the same thing. And they have helped us through this sponsorship grant. We've been able to put this podcast together. So thank y'all so much for it. And it's been an amazing run so far.
To our lovely sponsors. I totally forgot about that part. Our sponsors.
Yeah, y'all are our sponsors. So it's a huge, it means a lot, and it's super helpful for anyone who has an idea for an event that fits in line with your mission, your overall mission. Yeah. So I wanted to point that out.
Yeah, no, thank you. We love that we're able to sponsor this with y'all. In the new world of marketing and that kind of thing, podcast is right up there on top of the list. So I think this is getting our area on the map for that, which is really exciting because, times are changing and it's great to keep up with them and stuff. So I think what y'all are doing is awesome with this.
Now, I have a question before we move on to another topic about the beautification grant. If I remember correctly, and it could have changed, but that you don't even have to be from this area to apply for the beautification grant. You don't have to have a business here. That if you have some incredible idea that's going to help beautify this area, preserve the river, preserve the plants, the wildlife, you can apply for that grant.
Yes, absolutely. So we would love, if families or fraternities, sororities, or groups of any kind are coming to the area and they have these great ideas to help beautify our area, I would really encourage people to sign up for it. We need some advance. So, not the day that they're getting into town, but, there is a process to it. But if anybody is planning a summer trip and has a great idea, I would love for them to, reach out on our website at that form and fill it out and see what we can do to make it happen. Because at the end of the day, it's all about beautifying our area and just, honing in on the natural beauty that it already provides for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. I love that. I hadn't even thought about it that way, of it's a way for people on vacation to give back to this area that they love so much. And I know there's a lot of tourists that when they're floating the river, their kids are picking up trash. This goes more with the river cleanup project, but they're not part of the river cleanup. They're not doing it through the organization. They're just doing it because they love the area and they love the river and they want to take care of it. And they're mad, just like everybody else, that other people aren't taking care of it. So this is a more formal way for them to do some kind of bigger project that would help take care of the area.
Absolutely. And if they're not interested in doing a beautification grant, they can always reach out to us before their trip and sign up for a river cleanup. That is also on our website. So we pay $15 an hour per hour, but those funds do have to go to a not-for-profit organization. But family reunions or college friends or anything like that, if they're planning that and they're already going to be picking up trash just because that's, the natural thing to do, like sign up for a river cleanup and, make some money for your favorite organization while you're doing it. It's so fun and it helps our area tremendously. So,
yeah. And we're going to have Haley Hart, who's the director for the river cleanup. We're going to do another podcast with her and we'll get more into the details with her. So if you are interested, watch that podcast or reach out to Haley. Haley Hart at the Texas Hill Country River region. But aside from those few things that we just mentioned, I know there's a lot more than that you are also doing. Is there anything that you're really excited about for 2023 that you're working on that you can share with us?
Yeah, of course we have, I'm not sure if everyone knows, but we have the solar eclipse that are coming through our area, one in October 14th of 2023, and then again, April 8th, 2024. So it's kind of a really cool time because they don't happen regularly, and then the fact that we get an annular and a total eclipse coming through our area within, what is that, six months of each other, it's really cool. So we're working on putting together some really awesome events for that. We're expected to have a lot of people in the area, and we're really just focusing on showing those people that are coming in for that event what Concan and Uvalde County is about. We want to show them the music. We want to show them the fun. We want to show them the nature aspect of it. And apparently there's a lot of really cool things that can happen with nature during these eclipses. So I'm really excited to see what all that entails. And then hopefully we plan to create ongoing events during those times. So although the eclipses are kind of a once in a lifetime thing, we kind of hope to take that and build off of them and create some ongoing events to bring people back to our area after they come and experience that amazing time. So that's really exciting there. We are, which I'm sure Haley will touch on a lot when she meets with y'all, but we are having a trash bash. It used to be an annual event for us, and then with COVID and all the things that occurred over the last couple of years, it kind of dissipated, but we are bringing it back. So it'll be held September 16th this year. And basically, it's just a fun day for people to sign up and come do river cleanups. It's going to start with a festival kind of at the visitor center for your registration. So we're going to have food and a DJ and bounce houses and just like a fun little kind of parking lot party for registration before we move everyone off to the rivers and the area to clean. And then they'll do 3 hours of cleanup, which accounts for $45 per person that you sign up. which we are working with the local fire departments to be able to give that money back to them. So each individual will get like a token that will allow them to place it for whatever fire department they want to support. Of course, if they don't want to do a fire department that we've selected, they can also opt to give it to their not-for-profit of choice. So after the 3 hours of river cleanup is done, we're going to have a dueling pianos and dinner at the house pasture afterwards. So it's just going to be a fun family day and community day. And we're hoping to reach some out-of-towners as well. It's great for fraternities or sororities or, or school functions that need those community service hours and stuff. It's great for that. So I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be so fun and it'd be a fun family event for the area. So
that is exciting. And a couple of things you said that I want to hit on. The giving back to the fire departments in the area. Some of you may not know, but because we live in such a rural area, our fire departments are all volunteer based. So they rely 100% on, almost like 99% on donations from the locals. And they're always underfunded. And they get a small stipend from the state for, I think it's $1,000 a month, but that's easily spent on fuel during training sessions. So volunteer fire departments in the area have always been under-resourced when it comes to finances. It's something that is also very close to me because I used to volunteer.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
When I was in high school.
Yeah.
I did it for 3 years because where we live, we had a volunteer fire department. So I'm familiar with how it works. But it's I'm glad that y'all are doing that. And I know there's others that have put on events to help give back to the fire departments as well, such as Frail Country. And I believe Neil's has done some in the past. The other thing that I wanted to bring up is House Pasture doing the dueling pianos again this summer?
I am unsure of that. I have not heard, but from what I know, it was huge last year. I mean, I know for myself personally, I was 7 months pregnant and was still going out there and enjoying it. So I would really hope so. So I'm hoping they will, but I'm not 100% positive.
And that's basically what it sounds like. Two people playing the piano, dueling back and forth, or
yeah. So it's really fun. There's two pianos, and you can request songs, and they'll play them, and they'll kind of banter back and forth, and it's so fun because like people get up and they sing and they dance with them, and their commentary is just very funny. So it's a great time, and for all ages. I mean, there's kids out there. There's mid-30s, there's older people out there too. They're just so fun. They have great energy. So yeah, I hope they bring those back. Yeah,
we talked about going, but we
had a newborn. Yeah. We had a newborn.
And I think we weren't here most of the summer, so which is when they would host that.
So one thing I really love about what y'all do is the balance between promoting tourism, sharing this area with other people, but also advocating for the river and the natural resources we have. And I know that's a big part of the job in the office. And I love that y'all do that. Are there other ways that y'all do that with the trash bash and the beautification grant, or are those kind of the main focuses?
Those are the main focuses, but we also are in the process of funding a water conservation and pristine rivers mobile classroom. So it's in the works. We don't have all the details lined out yet, but we are working with some very educated individuals to help us with that. So going into the schools and the community and just talking to them about preserving nature and keeping our rivers clean and our areas clean, and how that will continue to benefit us for a lifelong, I mean, it's so important that we teach them young that we have to preserve what we have. And like, we wouldn't have all of these amazing businesses and these amazing rivers if we didn't do that. So that's something that we're focusing on, and we'll hope to have up and running here shortly. We also have some very, very early stages of planning, but we're trying to create a nature garden in the area. And with that, we hope to have kind of like a children's interactive classroom with that, a rock amphitheater that we could host like movie nights or have, some of those little classrooms and stuff, and just really get children out into nature and teach them about it. Because, I mean, all of this could be gone if we don't do that. So it's a big thing that we really drive on a day-to-day basis. So
I love all of that. And the only thing I knew about was the nature garden, the native plant garden that y'all had been working on for a while. But all of that other stuff is news to me. And that is so exciting and so fun. And the reason people come out here is not for all the bells and whistles. People come out here because we're so rural. There's other rivers you can float in Texas, but what makes us different is that we're incredibly rural. So it really is all about nature. So I love that y'all are coming up with some new ways for people to engage with nature, especially because in the summer, not everybody can get into Garner State Park, and they have some great activities for kids, but they pack out in the summer. So to have another place to send people to go on nature walks and to do nature activities with kids, that's super exciting.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah, we also are over the summer going to be hosting some kid-friendly events at the Visitors Center. So we will have our star parties, which is, an annual thing. And so Friday nights, starting June 2nd, we'll start the star parties. And it's basically, we have some astronomer enthusiasts that come to the Visitors Center, and we'll set up telescopes and view the stars, and they'll teach you what everything is. And I'm not an astronomer by any means, so I couldn't even begin to go into all of the lingo and stuff. But it does start in the evening, so it's 8:00. So it is a little bit late if you have small children, but some kids come out pretty early and see it and then go home and go to bed. And so we'll have that. And then we're planning on, hopefully on Thursdays in the afternoons at the Visitor Center, having events for kids to come by, whether it be leaf tracing and making hummingbird seed balls and painting rocks and just little fun things that they can do for a little bit of time during the day. So really just trying to get the kids involved in the area.
I know at one point, and I don't know if this is still the case, because it was a thing whenever we first moved here, but do y'all still rent telescopes out or lend out telescopes? Because I know they were doing that before, but I don't know if that was worked out or...
No, unfortunately, we don't at this time. It's definitely something that is back in the brain, for the future. But for those star parties, the individuals who host them, they bring their big telescopes, and they have a projector that can hook up to their telescope and project what they're looking at. So even if there's not a telescope for each individual, you can still see the images and stuff like that, which is really neat. So
yeah, those are always fun, unique events. I mean, it's nothing too big or extravagant, but it is special.
It is. And we've said this before, outside of Big Bend, we have some of the darkest skies in Texas. So just on, a normal day when the conditions are right and it's not cloudy, you can just look up and see the stars, and it's incredible. But when they come with their huge telescopes and you're able to zoom in on planets, I mean, it's just, we call it a star party, but we're looking at planets.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool.
Really incredible. Yeah.
So one thing that y'all do that is for locals, and I love it. I just came from it today. Or y'all host workshops and classes for locals to learn how to basically be better in their business. So with email marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing, and who knows what else y'all are going to offer in the future. And it's not just for the lodging owners. It's opened up to any businesses out here, and anybody really can come.
Any individual.
And not just in Concan, Lakey, Uvalde, Utopia, whoever wants to come. And I love that y'all are offering opportunities for education for those of us out here because it is so rural. So we're getting exposed to these courses that we would have to go to the city for, and they're coming right here to us. I love those.
Yes.
Because of y'all.
Yes, our great friends at the Social Being are the ones who put that on, and they're amazing. They're so knowledgeable, and I personally have taken away from their workshops for, not just business purposes, but myself, So I really love that we're able to offer that to everyone in the community. And I love that our community is taking advantage of that resource because it will only better everyone around us, so.
Yeah, I say this all the time, but we're like this giant ecosystem out here, and it's not just Lakey over here, Concan over here, or lodging partners over here, and restaurant owners over here. We all survive based on each other. And if the restaurants all close, we don't have anywhere to send our guests. If we close, the restaurants don't have anywhere to send their guests. So it's just this ecosystem that we can all grow and learn. So if anybody is excelling, that's good for all of us. So I'm such a fan of those workshops and classes that y'all do. And I can't wait to see what other ones y'all have in the works.
Yes, we actually just spoke with them today, and we are coming up with some great ideas. We always take a break during the summer because everyone is so crazy busy during the summer that making the time for that is a little bit difficult, but we're talking with them today about getting our fall and starting earlier this year, because I know we had started a little bit later in 2023 at the beginning of it. So our goal is to get them started in the fall and September, September, October timeframe this year. So I think that'll be really great.
Another thing you mentioned that I do want to talk about a bit is that, you want to be able to educate the younger generation to about basically taking care of what we have out here. And I've said this before too, probably another podcast, so excuse me, but if I have said it before, but what we have here and what we're able to enjoy is, even if we do own property here, it's only ours for the time that we're alive, and then it gets passed on to the next generation. So it is important to try to take care of and maintain what we have out here, that we get to enjoy all the beautiful scenery, the fresh air, the clean rivers, the wildlife in the area, the birds and the bees and the bats. And, that way our kids and their kids can continue to enjoy it as well. And I do appreciate that the river region has always been an advocate for this area, because if not for y'all, it's the locals, and but it's always great to have an organization behind supporting the locals as well. And I know the river region has done that since we've been here, and even before then. And we hope that that's going to continue to be that way when we're gone.
Definitely, yeah. It's certainly our top priority with our organization is that, preserving what we have. And because it's so beautiful and it's so great to enjoy, that we want it to stay around forever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then, and the other thing, dark skies, that's probably not really thought about as much as some of the others, like being, having clean roads and clean rivers, and but that is important as well as preserving those dark skies, which there's a huge initiative with this region, the Hill Country region, that they try to promote and educate people in the hill country with. But I just enjoy all those things, and I want to be able to enjoy them, and hopefully our kids will. And so you got anything else?
I thought you had a question in there. I was waiting for the question. So I want to know before we go, what is and I know it's still relatively new, but so far, what is your favorite part of what you do now?
I would just say being able to connect with people. I worked in mortgage lending for a very long time before coming here, and you connect with people, but not on a very deep level. And I think my favorite part is being here and learning the history of the area and learning the history of the businesses and the what people have put into it. You know, people are putting their heart and souls into these businesses. So I love that I get to help them with that every day. Not only do I get to help them with that, but I get to help with our area. You know, my husband and I are really big on nature. We love hiking. We love being outdoors, and we're instilling that in our daughter. And so I think with me being able to be more hands-on with it is really fulfilling for me. And just getting to know different people. I mean, there's so many people in this area that are from all different walks of life. And so getting to learn about them and learn where they came from, what they're doing, where they're going kind of thing is so fun to me. Of course, the events and all of that come with it are great too, but it's really the people, and you really learn how much the people care about this area and how they just love it. And so it makes me love it even more, you know, so.
That's so true what you were saying about the heart and the soul that people are putting into these businesses. There's not a single business out here that is a massive corporately owned business. Every single business, some are bigger than others, but every single business out here is a small business owned by families, and a lot of them local families. Oh, Luna's tugging on my ears over here. And yeah, it is so true to be able to connect with them and their stories. And that's part of why we wanted to start this podcast, was to share the stories of the people traveling here, the tourists and the guests, but also to share those stories of all of the business owners that some of them, their roots go back generations. Neil's Dining Room and Buchanan's and the Dry 50. And, you know, the stories that they have of growing up out here and the highs and the lows and the struggles of back before, you know, there were grocery stores out here. And those are just such rich, beautiful, valuable stories. And so we've been trying to get everybody here on the podcast because it's important. And it's cool that you get to connect with everybody on that level, because you're going to be meeting everybody.
Yeah.
They all come through your office.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's a good way to wrap it up. And I hope that my hope is that you continue to be here in the area, and you have been amazing since you've been in this position, and we're happy to have you. And I know all the locals feel the same, and we wish you the best in everything you do for the river region. And we appreciate you taking the time to do this. We know you're always busy. So, we do appreciate the time, and we also want to be respectful of your time. So,
yeah, of course. Thank y'all so much for having me on. And, you know, quick shout out to the community for welcoming me with open arms. And I, you know, really hope that I can really, you know, benefit the area. And that's my goal, is to promote the whole area and get us to have a clean, beautiful place to continue businesses for a long time. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. And just so folks know, your office, the visitor center is located on the intersection of Highway 83 and State Highway 127.
Correct, yes.
And y'all are open Monday through
Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Y'all can stop by, say hi. We have maps of the area. We have all the events going on in the area posted, all kinds of information in there.
Do you give away swag to people who pop in?
Yeah, we have all kinds of swag, cups, koozies, you name it, we have it. So if you want some, stop by. We can get you some.
And a beautiful mural now, which is new to take a picture in front of.
Yes, definitely stop by the mural, take a picture, post it, tag Texas Hill Country River Region on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. And there is also, by the way, a business center and that anyone can use if they're working in the area, if they wanted to work remotely, come out here and needed some a working space, they can utilize that at the visitor center, correct?
Yes, correct. We have free Wi-Fi with the business center, printers, scanners, computers set up for anyone who may not have their computer with them but need one. We also have a conference room. So if anybody in the area needs a place to hold a little conference, or if they have a Zoom meeting while they're on vacation and need a quiet place with Wi-Fi, they're more than welcome to stop in the visitor center and take advantage of that.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. And it was great having you on. And I'm glad that we did this. So, all right, y'all. We will see y'all next time. Hasta luego. Don't forget to share it and subscribe if you're listening to this on YouTube, or leave us a review if you're just listening to it on one of the podcasting platforms. So we appreciate all of y'all's support. Bye.
Bye.